Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
They're intoxicated, pestering people, asking for money, shoplifters.
Local law enforcement are cracking down on street crime, and some in the metro say it's an answered prayer. Thank you for joining us tonight. A first of its kind for the Fargo-Moorhead area. In a battle to fight growing crime rates, authorities are launching a street crime unit.
Fargo police already dedicate 2 officers on such crimes. Now they'll be teaming up with West Fargo, Moorhead, Cass, and Clay counties. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson shows us how this will impact the community.
There's definitely more crime.
Small business O'Day Cache in the heart of downtown Fargo, where store owner Cindy O'Day says street crime is nothing new, but it is getting worse.
I think it's going to discourage street crime if they know that there's more enforcement out there.
She catches shoplifters on a regular basis and kicks out people who come in drunk, causing a scene.
It's really necessary. I think it's good to be on top of it, actually ahead of it. And I see a little more street crime being downtown, and I have always wanted a little more enforcement, and it's good news for me to hear that they're going to be keeping the streets safe.
O'Day says more enforcement would make her feel safe, echoed by some who enjoy going downtown for fun.
You know, with alcohol, there's anger. And then once anger, you don't know what's going to happen, and you don't know, like, what someone's capable of doing or what someone will do.
With social media and with kids getting into stuff, I think it's worse than it used to be, but I think it's blown up a little bit more. So every little thing that everyone hears about, it just gets a little bit blown out of proportion sometimes.
I think it's become safer downtown. There's more businesses, more people, more restaurants, but there's always that concern of the group that comes in that shouldn't be downtown.
While the growing community brings in new concerns for the police department, O'Day says she's been hoping to see more officers roaming the streets.
So if they know that they're being watched, I think they're going to, it's going to stop the crime downtown.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Thursday, North Dakota Attorney General Wayne Stenghjem will join local authorities to announce plans for this multi-agency unit. Meanwhile, we want to hear from you about what the crimes you are concerned about in the metro. Just go to the front page of valleynewslive.com and tell us what you think.
Well, a word of caution on the roads tonight after a day of rain and snow in parts of the valley. Hutch is in with a look at our evening weather. So Hutch, what can we expect tonight?
Well, we certainly have some gray skies here in the southern valley, but our neighbors to the north are enduring another round of accumulating snow. Here is a look at our tower cam time lapse, and the clouds did lower with some rain showers mixed with some graupel, as reported by Al Almat earlier this afternoon. Now, as we head into the evening hours, the best chance of moisture continues to slide off to the east, as illustrated here on the latest radar. As we're tracking this moisture making its way through, it's right now centered on the Red River Valley. And when we look at Grand Forks, that's where the heaviest band of snow is moving. Now, big concert there. Expect wet roads as you go north, but visibilities will be reduced in spots thanks to both falling snow and fog. Look at Gwinner, 5 miles visibility, 2.5 mile visibility in Grand Forks, but even worse than that in the Hallock area. Here's a look in southeast North Dakota, Dickey County. Look at the fog there. Latest DOT camera shot showing reduced visibility and things clearing up just a pinch in the Cavalier area, but you could certainly see snow impacting road conditions there. Temperatures in the 30s this evening. We may see a flake mix in the Fargo-Moorhead area, but most of that lingering snow will continue up north. Hour by hour details in your forecast, including another chance of rain. We'll have details on that in a few moments.
It doesn't look exactly like spring right now.
No, a little spring-like weather, though, on the way. I'll tell you when shortly.
Thank you, Hutch.
A teenager's in police custody tonight, accused of stabbing another teenage boy near a school in Bemidji, Minnesota. Investigators say it happened near the south parking lot of J.W. Smith Elementary School. Detectives identified a vehicle which led to the arrest. The names and the condition of the 2 boys are not being released.
The Fargo police are searching for a missing teen tonight. 17-year-old Isidra Lacefeather ran away from attended care on February 20th. Police do not believe she's in any danger, but they want you to help finding her. Now, that you can just call the number on your screen if you have any information. The number is 701-235-4493.
Soon-to-graduate high school seniors should consider more than dorm rooms and quality of food when choosing a college. The U.S. Department of Education released a list of nearly 550 colleges, universities, and technical schools that have financial problems or late or missing audits. And all of the 31 Minnesota state colleges and universities made the list, including MSUM. Officials in St. Paul say they missed a filing deadline, and that's why they're listed. Current MSUM students say they never thought about a college's financial security before enrolling, but they advise those visiting campus to check it out.
If you're going to school here and they're going to close within the next 2 years, you'd want to know that rather than putting your future into this college and then having to research going somewhere else halfway through.
Now, the report stresses that just because a school is on the list does not mean it will fail.
A local family's dream has finally come true. Lake Agassiz Habitat for Humanity is dedicating a new home in Moorhead this evening. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop is joining us now there with much more on this story. Ashley?
Good evening, Stephanie. We're here at the home that's going to be dedicated to a family. There's going to be a single mother and her 4 children living here. And there, Lake Agassiz Habitat for Humanity will dedicate 2 homes this year. And this is a special thing more than for just the family, but also the community. Joining me right now is the Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity here. Tell me, Rob, why is this such a special thing for the community?
Well, for the community, it's a great thing because we're bringing together a number of not only financial sponsors, but also sponsors and volunteers to build a house like this to provide economic stability for a family in our community.
So right now we're going to be blessing this home, and they're going to do a little ceremony, and then everyone's going to get to tour the home, and the family will get to move in here in the next coming weeks, about 2 to 3 weeks from now. If you want to learn how you can donate your time or money, you can go on our website at valleynewslive.com, and we'll have information there how you can get involved with the local Habitat for Humanity. Mike, Steph?
An exciting day for them. Congrats to them. Thanks, Ashley.
Tonight we have another amazing story of how a couple says the power of prayer saved their lives during a valley blizzard nearly 38 years ago.
Now today, the 2 snowplow operators who saved them in the Northern Valley were each presented with a $1,000 check from the survivors, Bill and Mary. Now Valley News Team's Neil Carlson has the story you'll only see here.
In late November of 1977, Fargo residents were already digging out from what was to be a tough winter. 2.5 weeks later, Bill and Mary Reichard of Michigan were returning from a trip to visit relatives in Winnipeg. They ran into a massive blizzard on I-29, 25 miles south of the border. Bill Reichard says he was low on gas and the battery on his Chevy Suburban was dying when they pulled off the interstate at the St. Thomas exit, not realizing the town was still 13 miles away. They became stuck out here 5 miles from the interstate in the middle of a raging blizzard. Plus, the motor on their Suburban died because of a bad battery. They would spend the next 28 hours in their vehicle in temperatures that reached 40 degrees below zero.
And we were just absolutely freezing. I mean, I didn't think we were weren't going to make it.
Then, nearly 28 hours into their ordeal, an amazing thing happened after they began praying.
I've never been said such devoted, meaningful prayers that I've ever said in my life. And at 30 minutes after we pray, down here comes the snowplow truck. And we run out, and we were basically saved. And I'm telling you, we couldn't hardly move at that point. We were so cold.
They were crying when they come across. They were just happy tears to see somebody.
All right.
So
they thought they were going to die.
Oh yeah. Well, I think if we would have went out there that day, they would have probably, because they had no heat for that long. They were just getting weak. He said.
Yeah, we drove them in Drayton. I remember doing that, and I think we gave them something to eat in the truck or something.
Yeah, they took our coffee and stuff like that.
Today, County Commissioner Hetty Walker presented both Doyle and Danielson with a check for $1,000 from the Reichards.
A good deed is never forgotten, and the power of prayer is pretty powerful. So I'm very proud of what you did.
Both Doyle and Danielson say they were just doing their jobs nearly 38 years ago. However, Bill Reichard is convinced there was a much higher power behind that good deed that saved their lives. From Cavalier, North Dakota, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Wow. Now, Reichard says at the time they were rescued, he wrote the snowplow drivers a big thank you letter, but he didn't have much money at that point in his life. he decided it was now time to give them a cash reward.
Fantastic tale.
Yeah.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, the first of its kind program in North Dakota that'll help students get a higher education.
Well, we're lacking spring-like weather in the valley tonight with rain, sleet, and snow across the region. I'll have details on when it exits and when spring returns coming up right after.